Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a new project that is going to be listed on Coinbase Pro soon. And this particular token is called Assemble Protocol or the ASM token, right? As always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website assembleprotocol.io in order to learn more about this project, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on information presented on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, but this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Assemble Protocol? Assemble Protocol claims to be a blockchain-based global point integration platform. It is claimed to be the basic idea behind the Assemble Protocol, that it is to provide its users an unrestricted opportunity to use their points, similarly as they use cash anywhere in the world without any time or place constraints, right? So, right off the bat, there's a lot of information that is presented here which we need to unravel. The first thing that you need to know about Assemble Protocol is it's a blockchain-based global point integration platform, which means it's aiming to be a one point of contact or social media communication for the entire world. And it's a platform that aims to do a lot more than just being a social media / payment / communication solution, right? So it is a multi-purpose platform that is aiming to be this go-to hub for the for everything related to integration with payment and social media and other stuff as well, right? So it is claimed that the basic idea behind the Assemble Protocol is to provide its users an unrestricted opportunity to use their points similar as they use cash. So again, just like how you would use cash for every single transactions, they want to use their protocol to be the platform where you earn points for performing certain activities, and these points will act as a cash for anyone around the world without any time or place constraint, which means you can basically use it without any form of constraints in a fully decentralized manner, right? And to enable point providers and Assemble partners to use a pool of opportunities to further expand their businesses and an access to the rich pool of users. So again, when it comes to users, they have the opportunity to use points that are built within the system as a cash to transact to anyone and anywhere around the world without any time or place constraints. But for people who are using this platform in a way to offer service or something, and who are partners of the Assemble Protocol, they can use the pool of rich users and businesses in order to perform their actual services, right? So it's a platform that's suitable for both partners of Assemble Protocol and for users to get to use each other's service, and it's all done in a fully decentralized manner, right? So that's basically what Assemble Protocol is all about. So let's go to their website to see what other information that we can find. So right off the bat, you can clearly see that they have a app or a DApp user face on a mobile phone, which can be used to earn points and to interact with people within who use the app as well, right? So you can clearly see that this protocol has partnered with several platforms, which we'll be seeing right now. But here is all the social media information right here to follow this platform. Assemble Protocol collaborates with star1.com and ClubPass, which cumulatively have a total of 754,000 users and 3,590 store shopping malls and 181 club affiliates. So again, it's kind of like a platform where you can purchase goods and services and items, and use their platform to do any form of shopping, virtual shopping, and participate in some of their club affiliates in order to kind of take advantage of their services, right? So they partnered or collaborated with star1.com and ClubPass. Both of the companies I'm not familiar with, but it seems like those are companies in the Korean market who offer these shopping mall and club affiliate services, right? Or link them with these services. So right off the bat, you can clearly see that there's a pretty good layout for the platform itself. It's a pretty simple, easy to use user interface. On mobile phones, which is mostly in Korean, but I do believe that there will be a English-based app soon. So Star1.com is a mobile fashion curation commerce platform. Right there you go. So this is basically what Star1.com stands for. They have more than 2.35 million app downloads, more than 530,000 members, along with MAUs that are also more than 310,000 MAUs, with more than 3,500 shopping malls, and shopping mall monthly traffic being 15.1 million. So that's a pretty intense platform. So Club Pass, again, here are some of the stats for Club Pass. They're also a pretty big app that focus on ticket sales or any form of club membership programs, right? So those are some of the key main services that these two platforms offer. So their mission is to create a global point integration platform. The basic idea behind the Assemble protocol is to provide its users an unrestricted opportunity to use their points. Similarly, they use cash anywhere in the world without any time or place constraints, which I already discussed before, and to enable point providers and Assemble partners a pool of opportunities to further expand their businesses and access to a rich pool of users. So basically the same thing that we discussed before. So here we get some more information on how the system works. So point consumer, which is the customer, management of point integration, increase in the level of point utilization, absence of validity period of points, and alleviation of their extinguishment restrictions, safe and transparent transactions with the help of smart contracts. Again, what this is all saying is that they have a one DApp that kind of like integrates several benefits, including like shopping malls and club accesses and so on and so forth, that along with the usage of smart contracts can provide the best point integration for users or customers, right? So for retailers, what they get is additional sales channel. They also get significant transaction fee reduction and margin structure enhancement. They also get effective ads tools, enlargement of customers with high purchasing power. So again, if you have an app that kind of like tells you as a retailer which customers are, how to attract customers and how to provide best ads for them and how to create a sales channel with those customers, that's basically what Assemble protocol allows you to do as a retailer, right? And for point provider, which is enterprises or big enterprises, they have point liability extinguishment, expansion of point usage places, reduction of advertising and maintenance costs, introduction of a new customer inflow channel. So again, these enterprises also get a whole lot of benefits which are provided here. But if you don't understand any of these things, all you need to understand is that this app or DApp provides, it allows for retailers and enterprises to to get a good customer base who are loyal, and to provide them with good advertising means, and also reduces advertising and maintenance costs as well, right? So it's a pretty versatile DApp which kind of like solves everyone's problems in a way. The key features is point integration. Again, we've discussed this multiple times right now. Assemble provides the opportunity that enables an exchange of various points for a single token. The various points can be integrated and converted into a single ASM token, or can be cashed out through a simple process. So any form of interaction that you have with the application provides you with points, and these points can be used for multiple kind of like point integrations, right? Which means you can use this point token for getting a particular item in a supermarket or in a shopping mall, or get club membership benefits from certain clubs. So you kind of get a multidisciplinary functionality for a particular point system through Assemble's protocols app, right? So that's basically how it works. Point usage as well. Assemble provides consumers with additional channels for the usage of their points. You can freely transfer your points within the platform or beyond of it. or you can purchase goods and services within the platform. So again, you can use those points that you accumulated within this platform to purchase items within the app or outside of the app. But either way, you pretty much have multifunctionality of that particular points that you've earned within the app, right? And ad placement, the Assemble platform has developed a data infrastructure. The consumer data is consistently accumulated in the database, and advertisers can use that data in order to effectively run their advertisement campaign. So unlike centralized systems like Facebook, Twitter, and all the apps that we're using right now, which kind of like track our information without our with or without our knowledge, and then they kind of like sell our data to people who sell advertisements, and ads are placed accordingly based on what we search or what we click, right? So that's the current method. But in Assemble platform, what they do is, through your activity within the app, they still track you, but it's done in a manner where your identity is not fully revealed, and you do get advertisement campaigns specifically targeted towards you, but it doesn't happen in an intrusive way, just like in the current system, right? So that's basically one of the main important differences with this platform compared to current traditional advertising services, right? So that's that. And then point exchange, when a consumer incurs a payment for a product and receives points from the point provider, the consumer can further exchange the collected points to ASM tokens in Assemble platform PX. So again, when you use the Assemble protocol services to receive points, you can basically use those points as it is to purchase goods and services within or outside of the app. But you can also exchange those points for tokens such as ASM token, which is the native token of this platform, and you can do that in Assemble platform, in the Assemble platform itself. So you can basically use those points as it is, or convert them into tokens and trade them on exchanges, right? And you also have marketplaces or MPs. This is the place where the product transactions are occurring with the usage of ASP tokens. Consumers or customers can purchase products from the seller on a very favorable terms. Moreover, consumers may earn additional rewards by leaving reviews about their post-purchase experience or through the community participation. So again, when you purchase particular items through your ASP tokens in marketplaces, you can basically get the best deals for using the ASP tokens, because when you pay with cash, you may buy it at a regular price, but when you pay through ASP tokens, you may get the same item at a significantly better discount, right? So when you do that, you also have the option to leave a review about your post-purchase experience, and thereby letting everyone know whether this particular marketplace is a reasonably good priced marketplace that doesn't really scam you, or it's a legit marketplace, right? So those functionalities are also available within the app itself. And data infrastructure, so the data that is collected from the consumer's payment is stored in the blockchain, and the stored data is further used for marketing purposes. Thus, advertisers process the data in DI or data infra and advertise their products accordingly in Assemble platform by identifying a consumer group which fits the objective of their targeting. So again, as I mentioned before, if you take the traditional tracking systems, they're very intrusive, and they collect user information, and they sell your user information without hesitating, right? But the data that's collected by using the Assemble protocol, the major difference is that your data is collected and it's stored in the blockchain, which means your identity is protected. Also, the data is available on the blockchain, your identity is protected, right? Which means not only will you get the same targeted ads as like in real in real life, in the real current scenario, you have your privacy that's fully preserved in the blockchain, and you get some of the best ads that you kind of like you're looking for, right? And on the other side, the retailers who are providing you with the ads, they get the best possible target audience through the information that's present on the blockchain, which allows the advertisers or retailers to provide better advertising services to you to get customers, right? So it's a kind of like a similar system that we are currently used to, but the major difference is that it's all happening in a decentralized blockchain controlled manner with user privacy kind of like protected and no risk of any form of your information being leaked, right? So that's basically how this platform works. Assemble Protocol is fundamentally built upon three key components: point, exchange, marketplace, and data infra. So again, these are the three main kind of like parts of this project. Here you have the team members themselves, whom you can kind of search on Twitter or LinkedIn or other social media platform to see what projects they're involved in and what projects they have been involved in the past. And if you take the advisors, these are also the advisors information that you can also see from this page. Some of the exchanges and custody services that are offering are Coinbase Custody is obviously offering this token. Bithumb and CoinOne are some of the exchanges and custody services that they're using, right? So since Coinbase Custody has kind of like used this token or has this token in the list, it was kind of like a hint that they would be listing it on their exchange, Coinbase exchange, soon, and that's exactly what's happened. We see they're also partnered with Oracle, Star1.com, Lionheart, ClubPass, AKG Ventures, Collinstar Capital, OneChain, HyperDAO.com, Blockchain Ventures, Slowmist, Cha and Quan, and Kobak. So these are all the projects that are partnered with this particular project. Here's the roadmap information for this token and some of the other social media based information, as well as the white paper in Korean and English, which I highly recommend you guys to read, and their contact information as well, right? So again, it's a pretty robust project with a very exciting use case for the future, and it's going to be interesting to see how this project pans out. And it will be interesting now that Coinbase has listed it. It's going to be a matter of time before Binance starts listing this token as well, right? So going back to the CoinMarketCap page for the Assemble Protocol, this token is currently ranked 580th by market cap on CoinMarketCap and is currently trading at 6.8 cents per token with a 102.83% increase in the past 24 hours. Again, due to the announcement from Coinbase, the token has already pumped slightly more than 100%, which means this is the worst time to buy this token. Even though the market cap, if you see, it's about $46.6 million in market cap, which is kind of like a very low market cap token that's listed on Coinbase. The market cap has pumped 102%, which means its actual market cap or the base market cap was somewhere between $20 to $25 million in market cap, but due to the Coinbase's announcement that they're going to list it on Coinbase Pro tomorrow, this token has reached a 100% gain in the past 24 hours, and the market cap has also kind of like significantly exploded, right? So if you're buying this token right now, please bear extreme caution because this token has already pumped a lot. I do believe that this token can pump a little bit further because till the end of the day tomorrow, and even maybe the following day after that, I think the token can definitely pump to a price point of close to 7 cents or 7.5 cents. But you need to be extremely cautious because this token can reverse at any time, and there have been certain tokens in the past that have pumped due to the announcement of Coinbase, but immediately after the listing, the token started dumping, right? So you need to be extremely cautious when you're buying this token at these price levels. But if you want to buy this token, after it's cooled down, I'll tell you what my suggestion would be, not financial advice, on the price potential of this token and what price points you can potentially buy this token at, right? So if you take a look at the max supply, this token has a max supply of 1.350 billion tokens, which is a lot of tokens, and there's about 50% of the tokens in circulation, which is about 680 million tokens in circulation. Although the max supply is quite large, the circulating supply of 50% is quite decent, right? So there's at least 50% of the tokens in circulation, which means as new tokens get dumped into the market, the effect won't be that drastic or severe when it comes to price slumping or price sideways action, right? So, but that also puts into question, like, will people use this token for getting some staking rewards, or will they just be using it to buy and sell items, which means the token will constantly get exchanged for another currency or for another good or item, thereby dumping this token price even further, right? So that kind of remains to be seen, because we need to see if this token can be staked or if it has some form of liquidity provision benefits that temporarily locks the tokens from the circulation, which will be interesting to see. But as of now, I couldn't really find any information about that for this token. But let's say, for in the safe side, since the token has a maximum supply of 1.35 billion tokens, there will be a lot more tokens that will be pumped in the market, which will make the token price move sideways for a considerable period of time before an actual staking or liquidity provision based locking system is enabled to lock the tokens from circulation. This token is going to be moving sideways, right, until then. So that's just my opinion, guys. If you go to the charts itself, obviously if you see the token is pumping, but if you see, surprisingly, the token has actually done even better than this. In fact, it's nowhere near close to its previous all-time highs, right, which is the surprising thing. So if you take a look at this token's price point, this token was worth 2 cents initially, during the 3rd of August last year, when the token was 2 cents, and it was pretty much flat for a considerable period of time. In fact, it was flat throughout the end of last year, and even till February this year, this token was pretty much on a flat 2 to 3 cents range overall, right, since last year. But it was after March or after February when the token went from 3 cents to a ballistic all-time highs of about close to 55 cents per token. And this happened within a very short period of time. The token instantly crashed after reaching their all-time high, not really sustaining its all-time highs for quite a decent time, right? So it immediately crashed, reaching 4 cents from an all-time high of close to 55 cents per token. And then it had a little bit of peak, reaching a relative highs of about 6 to 7 cents per token, but it was mostly in the 2 to 3 cent range until the Coinbase announcement, when the token literally shot up to 6 cents, although the shooting up part of this token is not anywhere near close to its all-time highs, right? So I would still be extremely cautious, because it seems like the general average price of this token, if you exclude this random peak of an all-time high for this token, it seems like the general average price is somewhere between 1.5 to 3.5 cents per token, right? So it's been in that range for a long period of time and has only made occasional pumps and dumps, and its only all-time highs was also quite short-lived, which means this token is a very risky token. It's still a small market cap token, which means the token is quite volatile. It's only going to be interesting to see what the floor is for this token now that it's listed on Coinbase. Is it going to be 5 cents or 6 cents or even 4 cents? We don't know. But I think if you buy this token at this price point, you're going to get wrecked soon, because the token can easily reverse in price point and reach its 3 to 2 cents range, which is where it's been comfortable for quite some time, right? So I would suggest you to wait till this token hype is died down if you want to buy this token. But if you want to buy this token, maybe a 4 cents mark would be a good entry point, because you can start dollar cost averaging in. And I think due to unpredictable circumstances, token can easily reach 6 to 7 cents erratically. So if you buy it at 4 cents and sell it at 6 to 7 cents, you're still making a decent gain, right? But this is not the best time to buy this token, even though it's still far away from its all-time highs, right? When you take a look at the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, Bitcoin comparative has been even more erratic compared to dollar comparative, because if you see, the initial price point for this token was 26 satoshis per token last year in August, and it slowly declined, reaching an all-time lows of about 4 satoshis per token, and randomly ballistically pop up and blew to an all-time highs of about 1100 satoshis per token, close to 1100 satoshis per token. But it instantly crashed after that, not even lasting for a decent period of time, and retesting the 7 satoshis per token. It's gone up maybe 14 satoshis, and then now it's kind of like in the 10 satoshi mark. I think again, in its average its average Bitcoin Satoshi mark was somewhere between, close to, 20 to 30 Satoshis per token, which is the best time to get this token. But now it's kind of like in the, 104 Satoshis per token, which means you need to obviously wait before this token goes down. And once this token goes down, you can buy this token with Bitcoins. But I would definitely not recommend anyone to get this token with Bitcoins or Satoshis, because it's a very high risk token. It's extremely volatile in the Bitcoin comparative, and therefore you could lose a lot of money pretty soon if you're not very careful, right? And don't invest on any amount that you can't really afford to lose, because that's going to be the case for this token, because this token can easily make you lose a lot of money soon, right? Especially in the Bitcoin comparative. So I'd probably stick with the dollar comparative, and I'd maybe play it very safe and make sure that this token goes absolutely red before I buy this token, right? That's just my personal opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to markets, you can only get this token from Bithumb, Liquid, and Coin1 on the centralized exchanges list. And Uniswap version 3 and 0x are some of the Ethereum based places where you can get this token. But this token is extremely expensive to buy on Ethereum blockchain, so I would probably stick to centralized exchanges such as Liquid or Bithumb, right? But once Coinbase lists this token, there's only going to be a lot of opportunities for this token to be listed on several other tier 1 centralized exchanges. So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has a lot of short-term potential, because I believe that Binance is definitely going to list this token. There will be a few other popular exchanges such as, maybe Huobi Global or OKEX may list this token, and that can probably push this token price to close to 7 to 8 cents per token. A Binance listing will definitely increase the floor of this token to 7 cents, and maybe if you're lucky we can even cross the 10 cents mark immediately after the Binance listing, right? But again, those are short-term goals. There is no real guarantee that this token is going to survive for long term. Although this token has been around since last year, there is literally not a lot of use case outside of the Korean market for this token. So it's only going to be a matter of time before we see if this token is sustainable for the mid to long term, right? But for the short term, definitely, I think Binance can definitely list this token. And not only Binance, even several other popular centralized exchanges can list this token, which is only going to make this token go to an all-time highs of about 10 to 11 cents per token if you're extremely lucky. But the mid to long-term prospect of this token is quite uncertain, and it needs to be seen, right? Again, this is just my opinion, guys. Again, not financial advice. So please do your own research before you put your money on this token, because it's a very volatile token, and you could easily lose a lot of money if you're not careful, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.